I'm telling you, Felix, my name is not on the list.
What is this, a parallel universe where the top student doesn't graduate?
There is only one explanation. I screwed up.
And I told you, I refuse to believe that.
Then what else could it be?
You're serious? You actually believe I had something to do with Sabrina failing her nursing exam?
Are you going to deny you haven't tried to get rid of Sabrina for the last month? Isn't that exactly what that letter was to Dr. Quartermain, an attempt to get her fired?
But I didn't. That letter had absolutely no effect. Sabrina was cleared.
You're right. It didn't work, so you had to get creative.
What exactly are you implying? You think I didn't get Sabrina fired, so I somehow arranged for her to fail her final exam?
That's exactly what I think.
You killed a patient in Memphis?
Yeah, I did.
Your brother is a good man. You know that. He saves lives. He doesn't deserve to go to prison for the one time that he didn't. I'm gonna call Alexis.
No.
I'm gonna get a order to keep you from what? Anyone other than Alexis?
I don't want to lawyer at all.
What are you talking about?
I'm not gonna fight this stuff yet.
Well, I don't think it's right that they keep you sitting here in shackles.
Well, technically, they're cuffs.
All right, well, whatever. I mean, you voluntarily surrendered. You saved Sam, Danny, Rafe, and Lucy. I think they should come in here and take this off. I'm going to find out what's going on.
Relax. Listen, it's not going to do anyone any good to make the mayor crazy.
I didn't live up to the standards expected of me in this department, and I do not want any excuses made on my... What are you doing?
No, I don't accept this.
Come on.
I handpicked you for this position, which is why I can't accept your resignation. Any assumption of failure on your part is a direct reflection of me.
With all due respect, Commissioner Devane's job status is beside the point. 3 prisoners escaped from custody, including a detective who should have known better. We have to press charges against them.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, look, the thing is, when you and John left me with Danny, something happened. Heather Weber wasn't the only person who showed up.
Somebody else was at Windermere?
My mom. I mean, her ghost or whatever.
Hey, she came to me too.
Seriously? So you don't think I'm losing my mind?
No, you're not losing your mind. She somehow came to me in the tunnels and she gave me hope and courage and strength and... What did she tell you?
She gave me courage, too. And she told me something else. She told me that freak Caleb who killed her, that he's my father.
I'm so sorry. I am sorry you had to hear it that way. I'm sorry.
He really is my father.
Biologically, it's just some shared DNA, that's all.
Yeah, great. DNA from a psycho.
You know what? You gotta think about John McBain. You know what? I mean, the resemblance that you two have is uncanny. There's something that's gotta be there. So, I have come to learn that John McBain is really a good guy. And so was the man that you are named after, Rafe Kovich. Your mother loved Rafe very, very much with her heart and soul.
She told me that he'd always be my real dad.
And he will be. You have to believe her. Honor her by believing that. Listen to me, okay? That Caleb does not deserve to be your father. He never, ever earned that title.
I mean, I want to believe that. But what if I'm just like him?
It's true. I have done things I never thought I would do because of Rafe. But, I mean, I knew all along that he was innocent. And once Sam and Danny disappeared, I would do anything to help.
What about TJ, Molly? It's obvious you have feelings for Rafe.
I worry about Rafe.
Will TJ be able to accept that?
All I can think about right now is that I helped Rafe escape from jail. And he could be facing serious time because of it.
I understand your concern for your constituents, Madam Mayor. I do. But it is our job. It's our duty to uphold the law. We cannot condone 3 prisoners escaping because they thought the charges against them were unfair.
If we prosecute Detective McBain and his accomplices, there will be a public backlash against all three of us. But if we don't, we're tacitly condoning lawlessness and vigilantism.
So what are you gonna do?
You know what? This is taking way too long. I'm gonna go check and see what's going on.
You really all right?
Yeah. Okay.
Does it hurt?
Yes?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I'm sorry I didn't get to him before
No,
you could...
no. Don't you do that. No apologizing. John, I meant what I said to those reporters out there. If it weren't for you, Danny and I wouldn't be alive.
Wayne and Lucy had something to do with that.
Caleb was convinced that I was Livy, and it didn't matter what I said. He would have killed me.
Hey, the mayor is actually here.
Thank you for showing up. Would you mind telling me what's going to happen with my clients?
Yes, what could you tell us? Wait, why didn't we think of the most obvious answer?
Which is what?
Clerical error. Some underpaid staffer took a coffee break right before he got to the S's and then completely forgot to add your name.
I suppose that's a possibility.
It's more than a possibility. It's probably what happened. So why aren't you as outraged at this bureaucratic bungling as I am?
No, you're right. You know, I couldn't believe that I flunked it. And when I was taking the exam, I felt like I knew all the material.
I told you. And now, I'm gonna go do what I should have done in the first place. Talk to Epiphany.
Oh, Felix, are you sure that's a good idea?
She's the head of nursing. She has the answers. I'm not back in 20 minutes. Can you send the rescue dogs?
Felix, you don't have to do this for me.
I regret that I only have one life to give for my friend.
In case you've forgotten, Patrick, I'm a doctor. I have more important things to do than meddle in the lives of the nursing staff.
Well, you found time to write a letter about Sabrina to Dr. Quartermain. You had time to hand-deliver the results of the inquiry.
Get over it, Patrick. Your little babysitter didn't know the material. Maybe she was just too distracted by that monumental crush she has on Steve.
As soon as you're well enough, we'll get on the first plane to Memphis. And then we can demand to see the so-called evidence that they have, and then we can just get Alexis to discredit it.
Honey, wrong. You and I both know it. I think about this every day. The way I played God to decide who was entitled to live and who wasn't.
Are you serious? Honey, you know that I had a hard time accepting this decision in the beginning, but you explained it to me. That bastard committed unspeakable
I had no right
crimes.
to kill him, Olivia. Even to save that little girl's life. And he wasn't the only victim. My mother killed Maggie.
But that's your mother. That's her crime. That's not yours. You're not responsible for what she does. She's out of her mind.
I knew that this day would come. I knew this would all catch up with me, and now it has. And now I'm ready to accept the consequences.
Oh, God, could you help me out here? Could you please ask your brother to defend himself? I can't. It's his decision.
Just like the detective said, when I'm well enough to travel, they can extradite me to Memphis, and I'll plead guilty and take my punishment. If my mother can take responsibility for her crimes, so can I.
But where does that leave us?
What's going on? Why are they uncuffing us?
Because the mayor told them to.
I'm gonna have these ugly, ugly bruises now.
Mayor, may I remind you that my clients voluntarily surrendered. They saved a mother and child, and they've been incarcerated for 12 hours longer than
That charge has been filed.
Well, the three heroes face jail
This
time.
area hasn't been cleared for press, which means all of you...
I have an announcement to make. Can I have the three prisoners join me, please?
No idea, buddy.
Are the cameras rolling?
They are.
Wonderful. Because I know the public is anxious to hear the fate of Lucy Coe, Rafe Kovich, and Detective John McBain.
The mayor's making an announcement. And Rafe standing right by her.
The media has reported that these 3 people escaped from custody to rescue Samantha Morgan and her son, and in the process, tried to stop a killer who was wreaking havoc on our community. But what the media did not know is that Commissioner Devane and her department were working in tandem with Ms. Coe, Mr. Kovich, and Detective McBain.
What is she talking about?
It was a very unconventional and risky move on Commissioner Devane's part. But sometimes, unconventional methods prove necessary, especially when trying to catch a serial killer as delusional and as dangerous as Stephen Clay was.
But that's not how it happened. John said I had to help him and Rafe escape so they could save Sam and Danny.
In light of these extraordinary circumstances, and due to the heroism of these 3 brave people, the district attorney has agreed to not press charges.
Yes! Oh my God, yes!
Ms. Coe?
Can you believe it? Rafe's not going to prison! It's
The
crazy.
city of Port Charles thanks you. You are free to go.
Oh!